Just leaving the gym, and I couldn't help but have a heavy heart just knowing what's going on all around our world. And I'm guilty of this spiritual conviction that I feel like it's so much more that we as men can do for our cities, for our communities, for our town, for our nation. We're losing our young men, most of them even before they turn 16 years old. A lot of these young men don't get a chance to see a high school graduation. So many mothers out there crying, so many fathers out there crying. And I feel like people who claim to love God have a spiritual mandate to do something. I believe, and I know I shouldn't feel guilty for feeling like this, but every man who claims to love God, whether it's a higher power or whatever you believe in, I feel like you cannot be the total you if you haven't taken a young man under your wings and try your best to show him the ropes. I believe that if we do that, we can eradicate violence at a powerful rate if we do so. Those who claim to be deacons and preachers, I feel like your spirituality cannot be taken serious if you're not trying to pass that on to another young man. That's what I believe, because if we did our job as the church, if we did our job as spiritual leaders when it comes to passing down knowledge and insight, half of the violence and murder that's going on in our nation would not even be taking place at this rate. And I know we cannot get rid of evil altogether, but we can take a big chunk out of it. So I had a heavy heart, and when I have a heavy heart, I like to recite what's on my heart. And I wrote this poem years ago called Dream Runs Deep. And it explains exactly how I feel. I felt this way 10 years ago, and I feel this way on today. And it's called Dream Runs Deep. Somebody wake me up, 'cause I think I'm dreaming. How could we be leaving? Somebody wake me up, 'cause I think I'm dreaming. How could we be leaving? Eternally, my mission is to be more than just a man. I'm a father that bothers by any and every way that he can. I will not be submitted and changed by the fortune and fame or money. I alone to diagnose the spirit and soul of Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi, Floyd Rose, B.B. King, Jesus Christ, and the rest of them kings. I'm a leader, so I follow inspirational leaders. And I'm a teacher, so I follow inspirational teachers. They say if a man won't teach you right, it's clear to see that he won't treat you right. So in 2022, it's a must that I recite, so I can touch them welfare souls in the projects. As a matter of fact, it should be no such thing as the projects. And the cops don't stop on the block so they can find spots where my folks sell rock and cock Glocks at. I just want to make it so them felon convicted folks find hope. And old folks wonder why marijuana smoke still roam the throats of them felon convicted folks. I don't know. I guess that kush give them a push to take their mind off the pain. I fight for equality and sunshine, but the only thing that falls in the project, y'all, is rain. Why don't each one teach one? Why don't every man grab a child by the hand? Maybe because the government ego is too big and it's too wide. And no, I'm not satisfied just because they built the Martin Luther King monument on the south side. Because it's located right in the middle of the ghetto where my people slack and lack dreams. It's supposed to be a place that represents freedom, but instead it's a place that represents the crack fiends. Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, when did we miss out on the American dream? United we stand, divided we fall. Every man should grab a child because there's enough love for us all. I got a dream that runs deep, so it's a must that I speak. Somehow, somewhere, I got to get this dream off my chest. We're losing our kids daily on the grounds of the east and the grounds of the west. Should we stand there and watch it? Should we grab these boys by the hand? No earthly father in sight, so they struggle to be a man. And what's even crazy is we support them 100% when they're averaging 1,000 yards. But once them Friday night lights go out, ain't nobody watch these boys in the dark. That's when life get hard and they steal and rob. They get felony convicted so they can't find a government job. And what's even crazy is the old folks, all they do is sit around and say, child, I tell you, things used to be so different back in the day. And that's what's wrong now. Antique minds stuck in antique times. You cannot compare today with yesterday's crime. Shall I say it one more time? Antique minds stuck in antique times. You cannot compare today with yesterday's crime. And they get mad when the young folks speak, but these boys can't find no love in their own household, so they go and find in the streets. In the same streets where they steal and rob for material things. So crazy yet amazing how a majority of these gun shops selling AK-47s to teens. I got a dream that runs deep, so it's a must that I speak. And it's good when them preachers talk that good talk from the pulpit, but it's more vital for them to take it to the streets where these boys can be reached. I got a dream that runs deep, so it's a must that I speak. Somehow, somewhere, I got to get this dream off my chest. We're losing our kids daily on the grounds of the east and the grounds of the west. Should we stand there and watch, or should we grab these boys by the hand? No earthly father in sight, so they struggle. No earthly father in sight, so they struggle. No earthly father in sight, so these boys, they struggle. They struggle to become men.